I don't know about you, Sheila, but this campaigning is hard work.
It's been even tougher for me, David. I have to campaign in Hamilton.
Well, I hope Canadians realize that David Collinette and Sheila Copps are the two hardest working members in the Liberal Party. Hey, where's Paul Martin?
Oh, I don't know. He should be here by now.
This train is now en route for Smith Falls, Napanee, Port Hope, and Burlington.
Well, it's too late. He's going to have to catch the next one.
Well, it's not like Paul to miss the train. So, David, be honest. Do you think someday Paul Martin will run for Prime Minister?
Oh, I can just picture him running.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I would have liked to see him run in this election.
Yes, he does seem tireless. You know, Paul would make a great Prime Minister. He's so graceful and composed. He's always immaculate, never a hair out of place.
You're right, he should be running.
But so far he's shown no sign.
I've always felt Paul was on the fast track.
But do you think he's got what it takes to keep up?
If he ran, there's no way he'd stumble.
You know what I like best about Paul? No matter how much he is on the run, he's always willing to give you a hand.
And yet, he never asks for help.
Well, one thing is for certain, Paul Martin will always be with us.
Come on. Let's go to the bar and toast Paul.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah. Man's World with that macho man, Buck McSweeney.
Yo, audience. Yo! Right. Okay. My guest today is a real manly guy, Deputy Prime Minister John Manley. Yo, John.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yo, John.
Yeah, hi, Buck.
Yo, John.
Yo, Buck.
Right. John, you're a deputy prime minister, finance minister, you've been foreign affairs minister, infrastructure minister, and Western economic diversification minister. You ever do anything interesting?
What do you mean?
Synchronized swimming. It's a man's sport, John. You get to swim upside down while wearing a cute little flowered bathing cap and day-glow nail polish on your toes.
No, I can't say I've ever done that.
And you call yourself manly.
Buck, I'm here to talk about politics. I welcome a frank and open discussion of my position on the issues. Ask me anything.
Okay. Why did you suggest the monarchy was not necessary in Canada's future?
Next question.
Right. John Manley, this past year you made some dynamic public appearances. Let's look at some highlights.
Should the government of Canada pay for visibility, or should it not? I think we should have an independent ethics counselor for journalists.
Wow. That last clip was poetry in motion.
Funny, I don't remember that press conference.
John Manley, if you were to become Canada's next Prime Minister, what would your priorities be?
Well, gee, I haven't really given it much thought. But if I were Prime Minister, I would help those who have difficulties surviving day to day, like single-parent families, and the federal Conservative Party. If I were Prime Minister, I would consider paying down the national debt with Canadian Tire money. I would make all tax returns scratch and win. If I were Prime Minister, I would put some excitement into the House of Commons by making it mandatory to sing show tunes during question period. If I were Prime Minister, I would extend an olive branch to the West. I would go to Alberta with the Kyoto Accord and explain all the big words to Ralph Klein. And finally, if I were Prime Minister, I would allocate more funding to essential pursuits like defense and national security. And synchronized swimming.
John, you're okay. You're fine.
The following is a public service announcement.
Do you live in a country whose leader has passed his best before date? Do his policies seem to smell a bit odd? Are you sure what he's saying is in the country's best interest? Are you sure what he's saying? Here are the early warning signs that your Prime Minister has overstayed his welcome. He begins to irritate small children. He becomes obsessed with resigning.
I am the leader of the party. I'm the leader of the party until I resign. And I'll resign the day that I will resign.
He develops an unusual fascination with pastries. He will not accept the truth.
Oh, he's a friend of mine, and he's not a moron at all.
He invents new words.
But if there's some problem with fraud, we'll arrest those who are frauding.
These are the early warning signs that your Prime Minister may have passed his expiry date. If you need further proof...
I don't know. A proof is a proof. What kind of a proof? It's a proof. A proof is a proof. And when you have a good proof, it's because it's proven.
Venture with Robert Scully.
Hello, I'm Robert Scully, and I like money. 1996 was a big year for business. Consumers Distributing went bankrupt and had to lay off all their staff, and the banks made record profits because they laid off all their staff. Also, Conrad Black had to be institutionalized after a failed bid to take over his own ego. How does Canada's economy look for 1997? Joining me to discuss it is one of the foremost authorities on Finance Minister Paul Martin, Finance Minister Paul Martin. Welcome, Mr. Martin Jr.
Your voice is even higher when you're in person.
Oh, well, Mr. Martin, Paul. Are you happy with Canada's economic performance during the past 12 months?
Well, I was until I saw you. Actually, our economic performance.
I'm rolling in it, I got lots. Guess how much I have in my RSP? Come on. Bet you can't guess. Try. Go ahead, guess. Try.
$216,412.03.
Yeah. Mr. Martin, I've got something for you.
What is it?
It's my income tax installment. See, if I give it to you directly, I save 45 cents postage.
Have you ever been audited?
Maybe I'll just pop it in the mail. Mr. Martin, economically speaking, what plans do you have for 1997?
Well, we're considering a radical new strategy that could eliminate the deficit overnight.
Wow! What are you going to do?
We're going to put it on MasterCard.
What will that accomplish?
Well, two things. First, it'll restructure our cash flow into minimum monthly payments, and then the government will get 30 billion air miles.
Mr. Martin, you control this country's purse strings. Do you like money? Really like money? I do. I like money a lot. Loonies, tooties, bills, pesos, liras, Canadian Tire money. Isn't it wonderful? Money.
You were dropped on your head, weren't you?
Yeah. Let's talk about the latest rise in cigarette taxes.
Well, the purpose of that tax is to raise revenue to help us pay off the deficit.
But statistics show there are now more non-smokers than smokers. You could raise more money by taxing non-smokers every time they don't light up.
You sound like you work for the government.
Well, here's another way to get rid of the deficit. Get the mint to print $30 billion, then bingo, it's paid off. End of story.
Has anybody ever told you you're an idiot?
Yeah. Well, we're out of time. With Paul Martin, I'm Robert Scully. And isn't money wonderful? Money, money, money.
Hello, I'm Anne McClellan, Minister of Justice, and I'm in charge of gun registration. The Firearms Act is enjoying a fantastic rate of compliance, especially in high schools. There have been no problems.
I want to register my gun.
Not now. I'm making a public statement.
I want to register my gun.
You should have done that before December 31st. Now you're going to have to pay a fine and wait for a permanent license.
I want to register my gun.
Look, I really can't. Okay, here is a gun registration form. All those eligible for a permanent license.
What's this?
That would be a G. The word is gun.
Oh, gun.
Are you illiterate?
No way am I illiterate. I got 8 kids.
Look, I'm very busy right now.
I want to register my gun.
Right, fine. I'll help you fill out the form. All right, Mr.
Oh, you don't have to call me mister. You can call me what my friends call me.
What do your friends call you?
Well, I don't have any friends. I accidentally shot them all.
What kind of gun do you wish to register?
My gun.
Yes, but what kind of gun do you have?
Well, it's like a gun.
A gun.
Oh, not exactly. Well, what do you call those things that shoot bullets?
A gun.
That's it.
Well, I'm afraid more information is required.
Okay, well, it looks like this.
Did you not see this sign?
Well, I don't smoke.
Look,
I want to register my gun.
Well, fine, I'll fill in all the necessary spaces. And you can just sign where I put the X.
Well, I can't sign that.
Why not?
You already signed it for me.
Good, then mail it with the required fee.
Okay.
Yes, is there anything else?
I want to register my other gun. And my hunting gun. And my shooting the mailman gun. And my flamethrower. And my bazooka. And the cannon.
Gun registration. It's working because of people like you.
And I want to register my cruise missile.
Hello. Do you like getting money? Do you have a hard time holding a job? Are you a registered liberal? If you answered yes, especially to the last question, then you may be qualified for a big federal grant from the Human Resources Job Creation Program. And in many cases, we don't even require an application. We just wheel the truck up to your door and throw the money at you. Hell, we've got $2.5 billion to play with. Here are just a few actual companies that received grants from us. Silver Fox Curling and Yacht Club, St. Felix Golf and Country Club, Octopus Diagnostics Research, Sticks and Stones Manufacturing, the Reuter Travel Group, Vapor Canada, Crack-O-Pop Inc., Rakiji Inn, AG Vision Seeds, Chateau Lingerie Manufacturing, Wapaweka Lumber, Career Blazers Learning Center, Servants Anonymous, Society to Prevent Dutch Elm Disease, Canamo Hemp Fashions, Codfather Contracting, Heat Wave Drying Systems, Wilderness Shellfish Cooperative, Canadian Agriculture Industry Alliance, Clavelli Golf Course, Mahogany Classics, Piccadilly Plastics, Totally Tubular, Cape Island Yacht Limited, Cotton Entertainment, the Canadian Lebanon Society, Trout Point Lodge, Atlantic Yarns, Les Patisseries Belgian Canadien, Online Support, Art Italia, Ultra Moulin Hotel, Cavalier Yarn, Espanola Restaurants, Integrated Outreach Services, Prestige Glass International, Aquest Training Center, Growing Prospects, Manitoba Aerospace Human Resource Center, Western Canadian Aviation Museum, Lockett Associates Training Consultants, Government Industry Initiatives, Independent Consulting, Boards Working, Truck Safe Landing Center, Avanti Furniture Manufacturers, Festival Gabriola Society, House and Health Spa, North Pacific Cannery, and West Coast Railway Association.
The Human Resources Job Creation Program. Not wasting your tax dollars on useless programs like farming.
Canada is viewed inside the Bush White House as a minor irritation, much like a boil on the backside of North America's most powerful nation. Canada is perceived as having no credibility. I can't imagine why.
No, a proof is a proof. What kind of a proof? It's a proof. A proof is a proof. And when you have a good proof, it's because it's proven.
Good evening. I'm Pamela Wallen with the Prime Minister.
Well, you know, Pams, I would have to say, because Unity and Prester Manning's with job is pretty good, mate.
I didn't ask you a question yet.
Hey, like it make a difference? It's the same answers anyways.
Let's talk about the economy. What are your plans for the budget surplus? Are you going to use it to pay down the debt, or increase funding to social programs, or a combination of both, or get a new suit? You know, perhaps...
Stop. What's going on here? What is going on here?
Well, I'm interviewing the Prime Minister.
All right. Well, I think you should stand aside and let the real Pamela Wallen show you how it's done. All right, Prime Minister, what are you doing about the surplus? Yes or no? We want an answer.
Well, cheaper creeper, you really pinned me down on that one. Okay, for sure on that, I'm going to balance the budget. That's why I'm so popular, you know. But as far as the economy go, the economy is, a thing that I'm very...
I will show you the way. Let's show them the way.
We'll just try and get this right. Prime Minister, you're going to balance the budget?
Very soon.
And you think that will make you a popular politician?
Hope so.
Do you think...
No, it's not popular, it's popular. Popular. That's a pretty good Prime Minister, you know? You know, he's a popular guy. After the show, how's you and me go for a quick round of golf?
He does not imitate me very well. He sounds more like Preston Manning.
Reform!
I guess a lot of you have been wondering what happened to Paul Martin since I was kicked out resigned from the cabinet. Well, I've been busy crisscrossing the country, meeting with Canadians and getting out the Paul Martin word. I've been to more places than a hooker with a Winnebago. Here to help me tell you where I've been is my trusted associate, campaign manager Dave. I've crossed this country from Chester to Chilliwack, meeting party faithful, discussing issues, while quietly stabbing the other candidates in the back. I've had more rubber chicken dinners than even Colonel Sanders could possibly stand. Why do I do it? Why do I go through it? Because I'm a campaigning man. I'm a campaigning man, traveling across this great land, by airplane, bus, and boat. I'm begging for your vote, kissing babies, shaking hands, making Canada understand. I'm a campaigning man. I've been to
Kettleby, Digby, Fernie, Grimsby, Napanee, Langley, Whitby, Rimby, Moosonee, Priestley, Sydney, Chicoutimi, Temagami, Gimli, Looks in, Bretonnie, Vegreville, Churchill, Moraville, Beaverville, Wolfville, Buttonville. What a thrill! I'm a campaigning man, traveling across this great land. By airplane, bus, and boat, I'm begging for your vote. Shaking babies, kissing hands, making Canada understand. I'm a campaigning man. Can't believe I'm doing all this just to be Prime Minister. Stratford, Hafford, Meaford, Radford, Bakersby, Old Bay, Squamish, Cavendish, Garnish, Calgary, Wawa, Pepperlaw, Florida. Florida.
Snowbirds.
Beer, barrel, dildo, gotta go. I'm a campaigning man, traveling across this great land. By airplane, bus, and boat, I'm begging for your vote. Got charisma to spare. I'm the best thing since Pierre. I'm a campaigning man.
So, as you can see,
Revelstoke, Crossland, Rimouski, Richmond, Rice Lake, Rockport, Rustico, Batesville, Bathurst, Bedford, Bellacoola, Region, and Buffcation. I'm a campaigning man, traveling across this great land. By airplane, bus, and boat, I'm begging for your vote. Kissing babies, shaking hands, making Canada understand. I'm a campaigning man with a plan to arrive at 24 Sussex Drive.
Story. Deputy Prime Minister John Manley says we should cut ties with the monarchy. He calls it a tired institution that's been around too long and they waste taxpayers' money. Mr. Manley added, that job's been done by the Liberals for years. The Prime Minister was very clear with his response to Mr. Manley's comments.
I don't know. A proof is a proof. A kind of proof, it's a proof. A proof is a proof. And when you have a good proof, it's because it's proven.